Good evening. Welcome to Current Affairs. Today is July 18th, 2016. Today I would like to discuss with you on Interstate Council. So for quite some time, this is very much there in the news. So what exactly is this ISC or Interstate Council? This is mentioned in the Constitution under Article number 263. So one very beautiful thing with respect to Interstate Council is that when we adopted the Constitution in the Constituent Assembly, Interstate Council was adopted without any discussion. So that is a so beautiful thing regarding the Interstate Council. So though it has been mentioned in the Constitution since day number one, very rarely this particular provision has been used by the government. What is the basic idea here? If you look at the word itself, it is making it very clear. Interstate Council. Sometimes there may be a problem between two states or more than two states. Or sometimes there may be a problem or a dispute between central government on one side and a state government on the other side. Or central government plus some states on one side and some other states on the some other side. So meaning, so in a federation, so there is a concept of dispute. Disputes will be always there. But these disputes cannot be dragged for a long period and they should be resolved at the earliest. So whatever the conflicts that are present, they should be resolved at the earliest so that we are strengthening the principle of the federation and the nation will develop. That is the basic idea. And accordingly, the Interstate Council has been added to the Constitution under Article number 263. So this is not a regular body, kindly remember. This is not a regular body, this is not a permanently existing body. It has to be created from time to time, and the Constitution has given the power to the so-called the president. So meaning, under Article number 263, the president is empowered to establish the Interstate Council from time to time. Time to time means depending on the necessity. For example, see, if you look at recently in the month of July, so Interstate Council meeting was held in New Delhi. And chief ministers of all the states have attended that meeting. So what exactly you will do? You have the prime minister as a chairman and some other cabinet ministers are also there. Plus the chief ministers of all the states are also present. Plus chief ministers of the union territories where you have a legislative assembly, they are also present. Meaning in Delhi and Pondicherry, we have legislative assembly. So those chief ministers are also there. Plus other union territories without legislative assembly, and from those union territories, the administrators are represented. Meaning is simple. Excuse me. For that matter, I am using this glass, steel one, because previously I was using a plastic glass, and one of our students has advised. Okay, thank you so much, and he advised not to use that. No, so I have shifted to this. Clear? So whenever somebody is giving a good advice, we need to follow this, and his suggestion has been accepted, and I have shifted to this. So thank you so much. Yeah. So he was observing me for a quite long period of time. Sir, you are using yellow color, this plastic glass. Don't use it. Don't use it. So he made a suggestion. Then I said, okay, fine. Fine. So now I have shifted to this. Maybe that friend is watching me today and he's also happy with this. Anyways, thank you so much. Now, so in the recently, this conducted Interstate Council meeting in New Delhi, it is headed by the Prime Minister, Mr. Narendra Modi, right? That is point number one. Point number two is that chief ministers of all the states are also present, meaning they are the members automatically, right? And chief ministers of Delhi and Pondicherry was also present there, very much permitted. And Delhi and Pondicherry, they are the union territories. Of course, Delhi is called NCT, National Capital Territory of Delhi. But because you have the assembly there, the chief minister of those UTs, union territories, are permitted. And in those union territories where there is no legislative assembly, from there, the administrators will be representing. So it's a very, very huge body. I was telling you so many number of times. Prime Minister is the real executive. Chief Minister is the real executive at the state level. So all the chief ministers and the prime minister will come together, meaning the most powerful body of the country is sitting together and discussing together. Every time it may not be a healthy discussion. For example, see in the recently conducted Interstate Council, some of the chief ministers have raised the voice for misusing of Article number 356 by the so-called the central government. So, meaning according to them, the governor is overacting and he is becoming over enthusiastic. So, what is so urgency for him to recommend for the president's rule without giving a chance for the existing government to prove the majority? And this is how the members have discussed. And if you come to Mr. Arvind Kejriwal, so he was talking and he was pitching his bat for this for Delhi. Clear. And yesterday, of course, in a separate, this interview, he made a very sensational comment. And the relation between the Delhi government and the so-called central government is like, the India and Pakistan. So this is the statement that is given by this person. So which are considered to be objectionable, right? But whatever it is, some of the chief ministers have raised some strong points. And the main thing what they have discussed during this particular meeting is that they discussed about the recommendations that were given by Punchi Commission. Punchi Commission has already submitted the recommendations. And the fantastic recommendations have been given by this commission. And with respect to those recommendations, I'll have a discussion with you separately. But otherwise, what happened? So, what are the recommendations and how to implement this? From when we will implementing this? So that was the main agenda. And after so many years, interstate council meeting has been held, right? And whatever is the recently conducted, there is the 11th interstate council meeting. Is it okay? Now, so meaning is simple. This is a body that is considered to be promoting the coordination among the states and also between the states and the so-called the central government. Some people criticize, some chief minister says that prime minister always talks about the strengthening the federation. And you talk about strengthening the federation and you try to impose the president's rule and you wanted to topple the government at the state level. So how far your words are justiciable? Fine. That is the reason why. So there is always a rift between some chief ministers and the so-called the central government. So this is what is happening. Clear? But the analysts will say very clearly that interstate council must be made a permanent body. Periodical meetings must be held. Periodical meetings must be held so that all the chief ministers headed by the prime minister will be sitting together and discussing the most important issues. Clear, most important issues, and that is nothing but the promoting coordination in the nation. So, which is the need of the hours. That is the reason why let's also expect this interstate council will be continued forever, or it will be established very frequently by the president. And what the president will do, if you really want to create the interstate council, obviously again the central government must recommend it to the president of India. Depending on the advice of the president of India, prime minister of India, the president will release an order, and accordingly interstate council meeting will be conducted. Otherwise, here after so many years again we have conducted this particular meeting. But otherwise, interstate council is mentioned in the constitution under article number 263, considered to be very, very important institution, but this is not being used properly. So that is a big problem here. I'm clear. So now what I'll do is that I'll open the document and I'll share the points with you. See here today, as I informed you earlier, we started, this free test series for the aspirants who are preparing for the civil services. In fact, the program has been scheduled from 20th, July 20th, but it has been advanced by 2 days. And today we have started the program. And as I told you, it was really overwhelming, this response to this. And even now also, I'm receiving some mails. So, and see here, I never experienced this one. In fact, I was continuously communicating since morning with the new batch and my other regular batches plus the my new regular batch. And what happened after a period of time, after communicating continuously, maybe I don't know. So this is maybe present in Gmail. So right, I'm not in a position to send my mails out. That's the reason why after 12 o'clock, I was not in a position to send any mail. I am receiving your mails, but I'm very sorry. I could not give you the reply. So because there is some, this limitation, I believe, limitation by the so-called Gmail with respect to number of emails. So hopefully that will be settled by tomorrow, and I'll be giving you the responses. Clear? So that is number one. Number two, again, by tomorrow morning, 8 o'clock, you will receive the key and you check wherever you went wrong. And wherever you went wrong, you just read the topic and try to strengthen yourself. So tomorrow, again, I'm going to give you one more test on current affairs. And from day after tomorrow onwards, as per our schedule, as I told you earlier, you'll be receiving the so-called comprehensive test. Clear? So we have planned for 5 tests, 5 plus 2, 7. So that will be held definitely. And if there is a possibility of any increase in the number, that will do it. Clear? And once again, I wish you all the very, very best. And again, so the only thing what I want from you is that take the test very seriously. Clear? And think and feel that you are giving an attempt to the real-time examination. So then only, so you can feel the actual environment. Clear? Tomorrow, what will happen on August 7th when you enter into examination center, you don't feel anything new, right? You automatically feel that you are very much confident and you are ready to give the examination and you are ready to clear the preliminary examination. Take my words for granted, provided you should be very, very serious from now. Am I clear? So I wish you all the very, very best. Now I'll open the document. And here I would like to say one more thing. With respect to what is called Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states. Andhra Pradesh and Telangana states, it seems the government has already announced that Group 1 services notification will be issued. Group 1 services notification will be issued. And from these two states, there is a huge request. So to launch by batch for Andhra Pradesh Public Service Commission and also Telangana State Public Service Commission for Group 1 services. So I'll take a decision. I'll take a decision very soon. And most probably day after tomorrow, that is on August 20th. So I'll come in front of you so with a seminar separately for Andhra Pradesh and separately for Telangana states. Okay. So this will be the English medium batches only. So that will be a separate team, a separate venture. Everything will be separate. Clear? So that I'll be announcing day after tomorrow. Anyways, so you please come back to this our topic. Yes. Interstate Council. Which of the following articles of the Indian Constitution mentions about the Interstate Council? Just now I told you, straight away you can go to the answer. Article number 263. Clear? I'm just moving ahead so that you can save some time. Look at this. Who of the following is empowered to establish the Interstate Council? Already we have discussed this point. The President of India, the Vice President, the Prime Minister, or the Niti Ayog. Clear? Answer is the President. Am I clear? So obviously option should be Answer A. Next, I'm going further. Please look at this very carefully. Now, look at this. Which of the following statements is or true regarding interstate councils? I want you to read these statements and come to a conclusion. You can do it on your own. The president is the ex officio chairman. The president is the ex officio chairman. Is it right? Answer is absolutely wrong. President will establish and the prime minister is the ex officio chairman of interstate council. So option A is wrong. So kindly look at 1, 2, 3, 4. Since you know A is wrong, you can straight away look at the alternatives, and wherever you have A, you can eliminate that. So you can see in 1 you have A, in 2 also you got A, in 4 also you got A. So if you can eliminate 1, 2 and 4, obviously you are left only with one answer. The answer is 3. That is B, C, D, E. That's it. That's it. That should be the answer. This is how you can save some time in the examination. Clear? And see here. So you just don't, jump onto a conclusion. Even before going that, I suggest you to be very, very careful. Clear? Don't just jump onto the answer. So the president is the ex officio chairman is wrong. The prime minister is the ex officio chairman is right. Option B is right. Chief ministers of all the states are the members is also right. This promotes coordination among the states is also right. The latest meeting of Interstate Council was held in New Delhi in July 2016 is also right. So obviously option 3 should be the answers. Am I clear? So this is how you can come to a conclusion. Answer 3. That's it. Look at this. So you have one more question. Look at this. Which of the following statements is or true regarding the composition of interstate council? So you can just read. Composition of the interstate council. Number 1, prime minister is ex officio chairman. Obviously you will agree with this, right? Number 2, chief ministers of all the states except northeastern states are the members. Did I tell you this point? I said chief ministers of all the states. I never said chief ministers of all the states except northeastern states. So obviously option B is wrong. Am I clear? A is right, B is wrong. Chief ministers of the union territories having a legislative assembly are the members. Right? We have discussed this. Administrators of the union territories having no legislative assembly are the members. Absolutely right. Fine. Governors of a state under the president's rule is a member. Fine. So when it comes to option A is right, option C is also right, and option D is also right. When it comes to option E, what exactly is this? Governor of a state under president's rule is a member. Right. So listen very carefully whether this point, for civil service examination, so these are the typical questions and they will come into the picture. Whether the governor of a state is a member in the interstate council or not. Not all the governors, take it for granted, not all the governors, but the governor of that state where president's rule is imposed. During that time, what will happen? When the president's rule is imposed, chief minister is dismissed and all other ministers are also dismissed. And the real powers are exercised by the governor. So only during that time, the governor is permitted to be a member. Originally, it was not there. In the year 1990, And also in the year 1994, the president has issued the two subsequent orders, and those orders have permitted the governor of a state to be a member in the interstate council if that state is under the president's rules. Am I clear? Originally it is not the, that's the reason why. So you have to be so careful while reading the question. Am I clear? Now, so obviously what happens now, whatever the statement that you saw now under E, that is right. Clear? So A, C, D, E are the right statements. So obviously it should be 3. I'm going further. 1 second. So we need to change the answer here. 1 second. Prime Minister is the ex officio chairman, right? A is right. B is wrong, right? You can read it. Except northeastern states, that is wrong. So chief ministers of the union territories having legislative assembly are the members. Yes, that is right. A and C are right. D, administrators of UTs having legislative assembly are the members. Having no legislative assembly are the members. So D is also right. Governor of a state under president's rule is also a member, meaning A, C, D, E. A, C, D, E are right. Just 1 second. You can have a look now. So now let me change the answer here. 3 should be the correct answer, right? So now we can read. Okay. Read and finish it up now. Answer should be 3. Right? A, C, D, and E. Am I clear? Next, I'm going further. Note, council is a recommendatory body. Kindly remember, interstate council is a recommendatory body investigating and discussing such subjects in which some or all of the states or the union and one or more of the states having a common interest may be brought up before it. Any issue can be brought up here. It can make recommendations upon any such subject, and in particular recommendations for the better coordination of policy and action with respect to that subject. Coordination and deliberating upon such other matters of general interest to the states as may be referred by the chairman to the council. That's it. Clear? These are the functions. Fine. Yes. So that's about the interstate council, and I'll stop at this stage. And for the people who are writing this, this practice test, I'll be sending you the key for today's paper and tomorrow's question paper that will be uploaded in the same manner. So you please attempt with lots of seriousness. Clear? You're doing it. You are doing it already. So because the way you are communicating with me, that's really wonderful. It's really amazing. Clear? So you are nicely communicating and you are expressing yourself. Clear? And you are trying to clarify everything from me. That's really wonderful. You keep working in the same manner. Clear? If you are keep working in the same manner, definitely you will achieve the success. Clear? I am always there with you, and I wish you all the very, very best. And we'll meet in the next class. Thank you so much. Good night.